Happy Monday to you, everyone. Almost said Monday morning, but it's after that time. My name is Matt Stedham. Glad to be with you today here at Countryside Christian Church. If you were here yesterday, then you heard the announcement. If you've been here any time in the last couple of weeks, you've heard the announcement that we had a congregational meeting yesterday after our second worship service. And so this video is just to kind of give you a recap of that meeting, the different issues that were discussed, and the vote that we took on a building project. So the purpose of the meeting that we had was to discuss a need for expanding our building. My understanding predates me, but about 10 years ago, this congregation set forward on wanting to add more capacity as far as building is concerned for a couple of different reasons. Some of those had to deal with classroom space. Some of those had to deal with some fellowship space. Some of those had to do with kitchen and serving the community, being able to serve and do fellowship type of events, as well as feeding the public in various capacities. So again, a lot of the needs that were happening back then. Little things happened since then called COVID. There was also a minister search. A minister left here, came back. We've also had 2 youth minister searches in that time as well. So a lot of things have changed. A lot of people are gone. A lot of new people are here. And so the congregation has really changed quite a bit since that occurred. And so that was something that we discussed at that meeting. But the issue that was at hand was a building project of building onto this structure to add a youth room, a dedicated youth room. Right now our youth group meets in a multi-purpose space that we also use on Sundays and Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays for various groups that meet here and various ministries that we have. So the youth don't have a dedicated space. It was going to create a dedicated space, turn their space into a multi-use and extra classroom space, and then building a handicap accessible and ADA compliant women's restroom, and then taking the 2 existing restrooms, neither of which are ADA compliant, and renovating them to be ADA compliant. And so that's the plan that was proposed. Again, if you were a member here at Countryside, we sent out an email with a link to a video that described all that and has all of those blueprints and drawings on that. You still have access to that, and we will be happy to provide that to you again. But we covered all those at the meeting yesterday, and there was some discussion that went back and forth. We had a few people that said, no, we don't need to build this addition. We need to build another addition. And we have blueprints for a additional building project that we're wanting to do in the future as quick as the Lord enables us to do it. And that's a much more involved expansion. It's going to take over a good chunk of our parking lot. So that would mean that we have to redo the parking lot and wrap the parking around the building. That one is going to be quite an endeavor. We talked about the cost of building that project, and the most recent quote we have from a year ago is that project would cost us somewhere in the neighborhood of $3.7 million. Now, we don't have $3.7 million, and to build that project on a loan, we're looking at a mortgage that is about equivalent with our monthly giving. So our monthly giving would have to double just to pay the mortgage on that building. And the elders of Countryside Christian Church and the members at that meeting yesterday all agreed that's not making a wise decision, that we would hamstring 100% of the funds of this congregation to build an expansion. However, the project presented yesterday is within that, and that's what the congregation voted on yesterday. So here's the numbers. I'm going to break them down for you. The congregational meeting yesterday, we presented a question number 1, do we proceed with building the presented addition? Again, this is the added youth room and the bathrooms, and then taking the current youth room and turning it into a multi-function space of fellowship and of classrooms, either adult or children's, based on the need that we have. And 69 votes were cast. 63 of them said, yes, build this addition. We asked, how should we fund that? Using the existing building fund, borrowing funds, just taking out a mortgage for that addition, or doing a 50-50 split. And you can see there 55 of those 63 yes votes voted to use the current building fund. So over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see construction starting out in what we call the wedge. The playground has been relocated from that place already. That was going to happen one way or the other on this project. And so in that space will be a women's restroom, again, an ADA compliant women's restroom, and a youth room, a dedicated space for our youth out there where they have their own space, they have their own storage, they have their own items out there. And then what's currently the youth room will be converted into, reworked, let's put it that way. Will be reworked into being a space that's much more conducive for those fellowship dinner gatherings we have on Sundays and Mondays and Wednesdays, and for some of the other larger meetings that we have that don't really need the sanctuary but do need a larger space, and those are going to be held in that youth room. So that'll be reworked, and at any time if we need additional classroom space, I know that we have active members right now that are ready to start teaching Bible classes, but we don't have the space. Well, as soon as this edition gets done, then we do. So again, just to bring that back to you, if you're tuning in a little bit late here, the Congregational meeting, we voted 63 votes to 6. Yes, we are going to build the addition into the wedge, and 55 votes voted to use the existing building fund to pay for that project. So again, you're going to be seeing construction start very soon. Danny Warner is the one that's going to be building this project, overseeing it, and they're wanting to get the concrete poured before the bad weather sets in for the winter. It just sets up a whole lot better when it is not below freezing. So that's the results. Again, we'll announce this again on Sunday, but we didn't want to sit on the results all week. I know we had a couple people cast absentee ballots, and so we just wanted to present this to you. Again, building expansion is going to be happening right on the other side of that wall as I'm standing right now. Very, very soon. So again, good news. Countryside is doing some good things here. We were able to do a trunk or treat this past week. We gave out 60 bags of groceries and about 60 Bibles to people as well. Interacted with the community quite a bit and had some of those folks come back to church with us on Sunday. So that's always a blessing. That's why we do this, is to introduce people to Jesus. So I pray that you introduce some people to Jesus this week, and may the Lord bless you as you do so. And we hope to see you again here very soon. We have Celebrate Recovery tonight, Monday night at 6 o'clock for dinner, and 6:15 for the service that starts. Wraps up about 7:45 or 8 p.m. tonight. On Tuesday night, there's a Bible study here at the building, and there's also a ladies' ministry craft. I think they're making Christmas cards to be sending out to the nursing homes. On Wednesday, we have Bible study and dinner at 5:30, Bible study at 6:30. Thursday night, there's an Al-Anon group, Al-Anon, support for people who have alcoholics in their family. They're trying to live a good moral life and support those and try to change the behavior of those in their life that is dysfunctional. So again, that's here on Thursdays. I believe on Saturday, I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, I believe there's a men's ministry get together. There's some stuff going here on Friday as well. So this place stays pretty hopping. There's something going on every day of the week. So we pray that you will join us whenever you're able to. And again, may God bless you as you seek to serve Him. Take care.